So what's going on? We here. Another episode of Don't Let That Go Over Your Head. You know, I'm excited. Every week we do this, I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
It's just it is very exciting. I ain't even gonna lie. How was your week though?
Week was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I know you had a long night last night at the club.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember them days.
Yeah, it's a lot of, you know how I go. Preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the choir.
But you had a long night. It was lit.
Yeah, it was, about to celebrate a birthday.
Yes.
My birthday's on Monday.
Yes.
Getting older, wiser.
That's right.
New missions, new accomplishments, new goals.
Yep. Keep elevating.
Today's topic, we definitely talking about what does it take to be successful?
Mm-hmm.
You know how I got to do. I always let my lady lead out. So I'm going to pitch it over to you right now.
So, I feel like people always want to skip to the good part.
Of
right?
course.
Like the meme says, the video, let's skip to the good part.
Yeah.
But you can't skip to the good part because everybody has to go through certain levels just to get to the new level that you need to get to. So, with that being said, it's ways that we get to it. And that is, first of all, you have to have predetermined goals, right? All millionaires, billionaires, there's one thing they have in common, right? They have a plan and predetermined goals.
That's a bomb. That's a monster fact. It's a monster, another bomb. That's a monster fact. Say that one more time, because I don't even know if they tuned in and if they really heard what you just said.
I said that the common denominator between people that are successful are they have a plan, right? And they have predetermined goals. It's not that they're smart or smarter than you, me, whatever, because most successful people are B and C students, but they hire A students, right?
I agree 100%. 100%. Shout out to my C's and B's students who end up being very successful in life. My C's, D's, and my F's who decided, to go outside the box of just looking at traditional education as a way of being successful. Shout out to my entrepreneurs. I want to give them a real shout out. Shout out to my entrepreneurs who get up every day and make it happen when they're not getting pats on their back and they're not getting praised.
That's right. That's right.
I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I like to say I'm a 1099 guy. I haven't been a W-2 guy for a very, very long time. And it's nothing against people that do W-2s or 1099. It's for certain people. Mm-hmm. You got to know what's for you and what's not for you. Mm-hmm. And like she said, what's your willingness of your sacrifice levels?
Right.
For me, I have a very high tolerance of what I'm willing to do to be successful.
Right.
I will never sell my soul, my character, my integrity, my morals, or my principles, but I'm willing to outgrind the average person.
Right.
And we go into a quick analogy. And then I'm going to pass back over to Mars because I know she's about to say something fire. But for me, I'm saying I believe in the tortoise and the hare analogy. I'm a tortoise, meaning I wasn't the sharpest knife in school, but I was very intelligent. But academically, I wasn't, my memorization skills wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. But I remember the things that I wanted to remember because I realized the things that I was being taught in school weren't really being applied in my real life, in my day-to-day.
Gotcha.
So for me, I was more focused on the things that I wanted: math, adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. Because in my mind, I said, all these other things, there's no use for it. I don't need to know that Christopher Columbus sailed the 7 seas, and I didn't need to know those things. Mm-hmm. I needed to understand how to make my money grow, how to invest, how to employ my money. Mm-hmm. That was my mentality at a very young age. Mm-hmm. I just happened to be a guy that was 16 that bought my first car cash by myself because I was always an advocate, believer in it takes money to make money. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say that on record again. It takes money to make money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
So let me see. So talk to me, Mars. What is the idea of success to you, like in becoming successful?
So I just think that a lot of people, you just can't be worried about the wrong things, and most people think about how long does it take, So they're so busy concerned on, uh, the time that, it's going to take for you to get there,
Agreed. Agreed.
So basically, instead of taking action, right, your concern is when is it going to happen? But God doesn't work on time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't work on time. So it's like being concerned on when you're going to die. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. Just take the action. Just take the action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what people need to, they just need to prioritize, get your goals right. As long as you keep, keep being positive, And I always got to talking to my mic, right?
Yeah. Mars she's animated when she talks. So I hear her go out a little bit. I'm like, we got to remind her, but she be having some fire things to say. So I'm like, I need them to hear this, Let's give it up for Mars. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it up, But she definitely knows. That's how you know she's emotional and she wants to give it to you straight.
I do.
People that's usually like that is because they talk with feeling,
And we have to be, just on the way there, just be grateful and thankful, happy and grateful for the journey.
So give me like, what would you say is a very, very, in one word, other than success, what is a word that is quote unquote related to success? A word, a singular word.
I would say
consistency.
Yeah, got another one too, but consistency.
Give me another one.
Discipline.
Let me get another one.
Well, if you want, we can talk about having your higher faculties. You have to tap into them because if you, once you have your intuitive mind and your faith, memory, perception, it's all of those things that you need to have. It's not all about logic and your five senses. It's about what you can't touch.
I agree.
You have to tap into that. And that all comes along with self-development.
Facts.
Certain books that you have to read before you even on your way to being successful,
And one thing I will say, me and Mars talk all the time. We talk every day. And I'm going to be honest with you. One thing I love about her, she's always talking about self-development, 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 self-development. She say it so much that it's become a part of my everyday speech and my vocab. I'm already consistent with self-development, but now I speak it more because of the fact that I hear it so much.
Right.
And one thing me and her always talk about is you have to be willing to be a student at life.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they stop once they graduated high school, they pretty much stop elevating their minds and growing. So, for me, managing our learning success, it definitely takes, like she said, consistency. It definitely takes the willingness to sacrifice, discipline, and being a student, learning from people that are very prominent. But before we say anything, I want you guys that's watching us on TikTok, go follow us on our YouTube Live at Empowered Dynasty, EMPOWERD Dynasty. Go follow us right now on our YouTube Live. We on live right now. We're trying to push everybody over to show them more love with the YouTube because we have less guidelines with the YouTube videos. We can do a little bit more. So we're trying to push you guys over there to the YouTube Live.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the success thing.
Right. And I think the law of averages are real. You have to do a friend inventory and check the inventory basically of your friends, who you're around, right?
That's a big clap.
Yep.
Big clap.
Yep. You check your friend inventory. You have to do it because if you're not learning anything from the people that you hang around,
agreed,
you're doing it wrong.
Agreed.
You're doing it wrong.
You know what it is though, and like one thing I'm an advocate believer in day twos. I have my new book that's dropping very soon, guys.
Yes.
My new book, The Art to Reprogram in the Mindset, Volume 1 is about to drop very soon. And what I talk about in this book is day two. Day two being the willingness to get around new energies. Because new energy bring out greaterness, greater self, because I realize sometimes people you may be around only seeing you a certain way for so long that they cannot see you in a different light. So the more you try to grow, the more they tend to put like cement blocks on your feet and they won't let you get to the top of the water because they don't want to see you leave them or they get insecure about what they're not doing. And I want to give a shout out to our crew. You know, we got my guy Tyler, we got my guy Chris, we got my guy Dre. These guys have become very prominent friends for me because they're an advocate believer in what me and Mars are building. They believe in the QDaBoss brand, the Mars brand, the Don't Let That Go Over Your Head brand, the Empowered Dynasty brand, and the whole movement within itself.
Right.
You know, and these are my guys. They don't get enough recognition. But I want to say this, a part of success is a team.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that before we went on this live, talking about the power of a team and unity and everyone not having their own agendas to the goal.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's all about the people you hang around, about the books you read.
How do you vet friends, though?
So, me...
We're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about it.
I've had this thing where if I'm not grown around my friends, I kind of like drift away. So sometimes I found myself drifting away from certain people, or you have to take a time out, from certain friends, especially, sometimes it could be people for a long time, they're just not, going to go on that journey with you. So and everybody's not right, but they're there as day ones, but family get-togethers, you're still gonna rock with them.
Agreed.
You're still gonna rock with them.
Agreed.
But a lot of the times you don't do business with them.
I know what you're saying. You're saying you basically limiting your access. That's pretty much what you're saying. You limit how much access they have to you.
You do. That's part of it. Your access is limited for certain people. Certain people can't, or sometimes they don't even want to be in that type of environment that you're in because they're not growing. They're not on the same level as you. So, you just have to make new circles. Don't be afraid to make new circles, and step into new circles.
Agreed.
That's what it's about.
Agreed.
Coachability, because you want to have people that you're under that you can learn from. So your coachability level is very important.
I agree.
So always be learning.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. To me, you on a roll today. Man, you on fire. Listen, she hit me up earlier this week and said we need a topic. I'm coming with the heat this week, and I was like, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm with it. One thing I love about this podcast with me and Mars is because of the fact that a lot of people looked at it was going to be like a battle of the sexes thing. Right. We actually trying to show you that cohabitating and intermingling and actually building together is more feasible than actually fighting and going against each other.
Right.
So this is what Don't Let That Go Over Your Head is all about. It's about us showing that we actually bridging the sexes back together what it's initially meant to be and not being combative and argumentative and clashing against each other. Even if Mars say something I disagree with, I may have to open my mind a little bit more and be receptive because she might have triggered a thought I never thought of, and vice versa for her. So, guys, we have to be willing to listen to each other.
Right. That's true. You know what? I found myself in situations, so funny. Found myself in situations with sometimes friends, right? When you say bridge the gap, I think I found myself in situations with friends where it will be like somewhere and like if we're supposed to be on a team,
yes.
So even if I don't agree with you, I'm not going to kind of like shut you down in front of, another authority, and we're supposed to be coming collectively to this, wherever we are, I think it's a time and a place to kind of like, even if you don't agree with somebody else on your team, just, respect what they have to say.
I agree.
And just let it pass. You don't have to fight over everything. Pick and choose your battles, You don't have to, everything doesn't have to be debated,
I agree 100%.
Especially if you're trying to, hit a certain point and, just get, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for.
But you know what I want to do at this moment, though?
Mm-hmm.
For all those people in the world who know how to be a good friend, I want to give you a round of applause.
Yes.
I want to give you a round of applause. And I'm only saying this because people shouldn't be receiving their flowers after they're gone. Right. They should be getting their flowers while they're here on earth. because I don't want someone to tell me they love me when I'm dead. I want them to tell me they appreciate me and they love me while I'm here. So again, those good friends, I want, all my good friends that's always around me and my ideas. I want to give you another round of applause. And I'm pretty sure, Mars, you pat them on their back.
Yeah.
And for those bad friends, we're going to go like this. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's over. It's over. It's over. We got to let those people go because we're trying to get to new levels, new heights. Let's fly at the same altitude. And just because you may have not reached your potentials or levels yet, don't be envious or jealous of someone else because that role may not be for you. Let's just say that. Look at it from a team. If Mars is the best shooter on the team, her job is to shoot.
Right.
I'm not going to envy her because my job is to get the rebounds when I cannot shoot.
Right.
I can't shoot.
Pass me the ball.
That's it. We're going to say, give me, what do you say? Just give me the damn ball.
Just give me the damn ball.
Just give me the damn ball. Come on. That's her job. And you have to know there's roles in life. Everything has roles. Again, for the last, and I'm giving my man his flowers, I want to shout out my guy, Boss Dre. Me and Boss Dre, we've been a team for over, 8 years. I've tried a lot of different endeavors, and he's been behind every single endeavor, whether it's economically, whether it's mentally, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, he's been behind every single idea. And I want this guy to know I appreciate him more than words could ever mean.
Right.
Because I'm going to give him his flowers on his podcast today. One more for my boy, Boss Dre.
One time.
See, if you guys can hear the clapping, it's fire. For those who watching live, y'all can't hear the clapping, but the clapping sound crazy. But I know you got somebody special in your life, that actually helped you to get to these levels of success. And I think you should give them a flower right now.
Yeah, I do. I have several people.
Listen, we got time because today I got time. What he said to today, I got time.
I know, and and actually, one special person is he actually passed away. It was my fiance. He passed away of cancer, right? And his birthday is coming up. His birthday is coming up.
Wow.
But he actually taught me a lot, and just working together, being a team together, and taking that action together to actually grow a business, it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
But he's not here to get his flowers, but
He's
he got
here.
them. He's here. He really is. He really is. He's here in spirit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Give me one more person.
I want to give a shout out to my sister. My sister. She has my back through everything, and we motivate each other. That's very important. When you can look at somebody and get motivated just from them, their grind, and they get motivated from your grind, it's a beautiful thing.
I think it's dope because people always talk about sibling rivalries. I'm loving when it's siblings that's actually working together.
Right.
And they on the same page and understand each other.
Right.
That's actually dope.
Yeah.
And I want to say this too. I want to give a shout out to all the people that's following us religiously and that's been supporting us, to my TikTok followers, to my Instagram followers, to my YouTube followers, to Mars's TikTok followers, to her YouTube followers,
all
to
98
her
of them.
Instagram followers. Without y'all, this platform wouldn't be as big as it is. So every time I get on my lives, I tell them I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And I'm giving y'all flowers right now.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And each and every week we'll be back.
Definitely.
And having these real combos. But
so let's get back into success.
Yeah, but
we've been talking about a lot of love, but
that's why I said we gotta break it up a little bit. Because this podcast is not only about relationships and love and the breakups and what women do, what men do, but it's just being well rounded.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
You can't come here every day and talk about the misery of another person.
No.
We can go every week and do the debates of the battle of the sexes, but there are people who are cohabitating and actually building a strong, great empire. Shout out Beyonce for forgiving Hove for his immaturity and making a poor decision because she was mature enough to keep the family together. A lot of females said, oh, I would have never stayed with him if he would have did that to me. But it took a bigger woman to make her own decision and decide to stay with her husband. And I tip my hat to Beyonce for making because it was in the tabloids, it's in the media, it's everywhere, and she decided to stay. So I tip my hat to a woman like that. She's
Yeah.
very secure with herself,
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
But let's get back to this thing called success.
Success is definitely, I like to call it's a verb because it's
Okay.
action. A lot of people think once you hit a certain level, you stop, but you don't.
No.
It's constant action,
Grind. Hustle.
And like I say all the time, don't be so busy trying to figure it out before you take action. Just take that action. I think everybody has a certain action threshold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's the level of certainty that a human being has that she needs to break before they actually feel comfortable to break a certain point, and they take action after that point. So it's either you have a low action threshold or a high action threshold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people like me, I think I'm high action threshold. Because I'll move before I even have it all planned out. I'll be like this. My homegirl sitting right here, LaChina. Shout out to LaChina, LaChina B. She's another person. She's another person that she inspires me a lot too. Me and her, I'll call her up on the phone, and she's that type of teammate that'll be like, you know what? Come on, what you want to do? Let's go. It's like whatever you need.
You need that energy.
You definitely need that energy. And so whenever she needs, she has a whole dance aerobics and she dances her ass off, right? Shout out to LaChina B Fitness. And she teaches it and everything. And, even I don't know how to dance, right? But because my friend...
Not a two-step.
I know how to two-step. But she has me in there doing the crazy...
rhythm, you can dance.
No. Not if you see the way this girl dances, like, but the fact is, she's an expert and she wants to get her business, moved in different directions. She has like a studio in Brooklyn, another studio in another part of Brooklyn, and certain days. So if she wants to make video and put out reels and stuff, I'm like, come on, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I think that's important to actually be there for the people that are trying to get it off the ground, get their businesses, and trying to be, successful at everything that they got going on.
You know the dopest thing about your friend, and I'm gonna give her flowers. It is the fact that she's doing something she loves.
Yeah. And
when you do what you love, you tend to never feel like you at work. And I feel like more people need to find their passion and their love. Because, like I get confused all the time when people are like, wait, you own a barbershop. He cuts hair. There's no way he could be doing all the things that he's doing. And I'm like, wait, I own a barbershop. I own a pharmacy. I own a nightclub. And I own a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
And those are things that make me money. But my truest passion
is cutting hair?
Is cutting hair. Because it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure LaChina could validate what I'm saying. When she's in her element, I'm pretty sure it's therapeutic. Because she just loves what she do.
Exactly.
And people need to find those niches and those passions. And if you could make it a business that ultimately funds your lifestyle, you really won.
Yeah.
You really won.
It's so true. It's so true.
It's funny because my brother asked me this morning, he said, when did you know you was going to be successful? And I said, do you want me to tell the truth or lie? He said, tell the truth. I said, I knew I was going to be successful when I knew I was willing to do what no one was willing to do. I knew I was willing to go above and beyond. I knew I was willing to lose sleep. I got home 5:30 this morning. I was still up by 6:45. So if you look at it, technically, I got an hour of sleep.
Right.
But there's no excuse. The show must go on.
Yeah.
My mother said, make sure, as a man, I'm just saying she said as a man. I don't know what she said to women, but she said to me as a man beats the sun up.
A man what?
He has to beat the sun up. The sun don't beat you up. If the sun's beating you up, then life is beating you up. And that's what she used to always tell me. And she used to say things like, if a man don't work, a man don't eat.
Yeah.
And these things were embedded in me to the point where...
Those are your core values.
I earn every meal. I earn every check. I earn everything I get.
Yeah.
Because that's what she instilled in me that's going forward to my levels of success. And it's been a part of me to this point now. Everything that she said. Give me something that somebody you love have said something to you that you kept as a quote in your mind as far as obtaining or chasing success.
Outwork the room.
Outwork the room.
Outwork the room.
I love
Yep.
it.
Yep.
I love it.
Just outwork the room. And that's something that I try to do.
Yeah.
I try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if a person, let's say you got a young entrepreneur, and they're sitting there right now, and what could they get from this actual episode when you're talking about chasing success?
I think uh people, it's not about the money. You're not successful because you have money. You have money because you're successful.
Say it again. Wait. Say that again.
So I believe you're not successful because you have money. You have money because you're successful, because you're willing to do what
She's
it
dropping
takes.
bombs today.
What it takes. You're willing to do what it takes. You know?
I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Once you have those predetermined goals and you start taking action towards them, you're successful.
I agree.
Everybody, to me, I think you need to listen to. It's called the Strangest Secret in the World. It's by Earl Nightingale.
Okay, I heard
right? You can listen to it over and over. You can listen to it on YouTube, half an hour, right? That right there is a very important piece when it comes to self-development.
Okay.
And it tells you, it just teaches you all about, just going after and just starting what you want to do.
Agree.
Now don't get me wrong. The Secret, Think and Grow Rich, all of this stuff has the same gems in it, but you're going to get the gems that you get, at different times. Certain things are going to register to you at different times, But the important thing is, do a few months of it. Just keep reading different books and read them pages. Listen to it over and over and over again.
You know what I got out of what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
You basically saying to me that all the successful people who's written literature and words and books, I think is basically they all speak the same language.
Yeah, it's the same language.
It's the same thing.
The same thing.
And broke people tend to speak the same language.
Yeah.
And that's why they broke, because of the fact a person that's not doing well, they speak the same language as people who aren't doing well.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to change their language to a person that's doing well. Because if you look at the results, they're coming because of the sacrifices. It's coming because of the way that person thinks.
Right.
A lot of people see success. I see it more as a mentality aspect of the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
They say as a woman thinketh, so is she. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Right.
The way you think ultimately it is a ball of your results.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you think.
It is how you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also what you speak too. Your thoughts are everything. Once you have control over your mind, your life starts doing what you need it to do.
Agreed.
Once you have thoughts over your mind. Am I going in and out?
Listen,
But
guys.
it's important.
We're going to finish this thing up and wrap it up for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everyone who tunes in religiously, but I want her to tell you the special shout out that we have for you guys.
Wait. Oh, you want me to do the outro?
I want to do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. So we sure do hope you enjoyed it.
Of course.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Right. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the show in Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast that you're
platform
or whatever podcast platform you're listening to. And basically leave a comment if you feel so inclined and a review, 4 or 5-star review. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk to you next time.
And lastly,
don't let that go over your head.